Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to talk to you about my winter skin care regime, just products that I'm using right now in the winter time for my skin. I have one body product and the rest is face. So without further ado, I don't have face makeup on, like my skin is completely clean, just moisturizer is on my face. I did put liner, lashes, and brows on just because I need to make my face like a little bit put together, because the last couple times I've been on camera I have had zero makeup at all. So I have a little bit of eye makeup, brows, and my gloss. Okay, so winter skincare. If you guys have been with my channel for a while, you know I am a skincare fanatic. It is something that I take pride in. It is something that I really put time and effort into keeping my skin exfoliated, hydrated, clear from any breakouts, which can be a challenge at times. And I use a lot of products to maintain my skin. Another reason why I didn't want to wear face makeup today is because I wanted you to see the condition of my skin as is without foundation on. So this is what my skin looks like without foundation. All I have is a clear moisturizer and my serum underneath, so you don't, like, you see my skin bare. Last week when I jumped on here and I showed you my, I don't remember what I had, maybe it was a haul, you saw my skin completely broken out in rough shape. There are times where my skin will completely break out and just purge, depending on the product I'm using. Certain products will make your skin purge. Not necessarily react in a bad way, but react in a sense where your skin is purging all of the garbage that's in it. So that was one of my examples of my skin purging. Now, it's been a week since I posted that video and about 2 weeks since I filmed it. And as you can see, my skin finally cleared up after, you know, being really diligent with my skincare routine and all that jazz. So that problem has gone away. The only thing I'm left with is a very, very, very light discoloration, which I am working on getting rid of with my serums. So, with that said, in the wintertime, it is a lot more, what's the word? I time consume a lot in my skincare in the winter because it is so cold here in Canada. I live in Toronto, for those of you who don't know, and in wintertime here, it can go all the way to below -40 at times. So, I need to keep my skin hydrated at all times. So, I'm about to show you the products that I've been using currently in my winter care routine. And if you have any questions about them, please let me know down below. Or if you've used some of these and you like or dislike them, let me know as well. I love hearing from you guys in the comments. So the first thing I want to talk about is my body. It's just the one product I have for my body. And of course the scent is going to change as I use them up. But this is the Bath & Body Works 24-Hour Ultra Shea Body Cream. Pretty much body creams that I love that are affordable come from either the drugstore or Bath & Body Works. I get them at deals when there are these semi-annual sales. You get them for like $3.50 a piece, which you can't go wrong. Sometimes they're cheaper than the drugstore. The drugstore, you might find them for $5 to $10 depending on if you can find them on sale or not. So I like to wait for Bath & Body Works sales. They have semi-annual sales in the spring, and then they have another semi-annual sale right around this time, close to Christmas, Boxing Day, Black Friday, that kind of thing. I like to wait for them then and then stock up on these. You can either even do the sales throughout the year where they have buy 3 get 3 free, that kind of stuff, which is also great. So this one is in the Lush Pink Dragon Fruit, and this one has the scent of dragon fruit, wild water lilies, and jungle plum. And I'm usually a coconut person. I love coconut, anything coconut or almond, vanilla, anything like that. I will devour. The Bum Bum Cream is one of my favorites. The Vanilla Apricot Body Butter by Laura Mercier is another one of my favorites. Anything coconut scented or tropical scented, I love. So this is a little bit different for me because I'm not really into like the dragon fruity or fruit type of scents. But this one was amazing. It's not coconut at all. It's a dragon fruit, water lily, and jungle plum, which I was really surprised at myself that I really loved this. It's a bit of a different tropical scent, but I love it. You get 8 ounces, comes in a squeezy tube like this, and product is dispensed like that, which is nice. I prefer squeezy tubes in packaging, but I don't mind the tub either because I know I'm getting all excuse me, all of the product. I'm using up all of the product. Whereas the squeezy tubes, unless you cut them open, there might be like a use or two left in there because you can't get the product out. And as much as I would love to cut the tube open, I feel like, knowing me, if I did that, I would cause a disaster even worse than what, you know, maybe a normal person would do. So I just kind of squeeze as much as I can out until I can finish it like that, and then I move on. But these are great. They are very hydrating. They're very thick, so it's very nice in the wintertime because your skin will soak them up, and they're not greasy. That is why I love them the most, because they're not greasy. I'm not a fan of greasy body creams. Body butters are a little more thicker, so sometimes they can be a bit greasier, and usually when it's the dead of winter, I will start pulling out my body butters because that's when my skin will need it the most. But these are great all year round, but I use them most in the cooler months around spring, fall, and winter. These, amazing. Will repurchase. I have tons of backups of those. Okay, so done with the body. I think I spent way too much time on the body, but for one product. But anyways, I'm going to show you guys what I use for my lips. Now, I have two different products that I like to use for my lips, and I feel like these are the most, I use these the most when it's cold weather. So the first one is my Lip Medics by Blistex. It comes in a pot like this. You can get them in a stick form if you want. I prefer the pot form because I feel like they are way more hydrating than the stick. I feel like the stick form is a little bit drying, and I feel like the pot form has more of a petroleum in it to keep my lips hydrated. So affordable, drugstore. I think it's like, I don't know, maybe like $3 or $4. Very affordable. You can find it at any drugstore. Even grocery stores will have them. Love it. I, use them day and night. They are great. Another product I like to use is the Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask. This is ginormous. Like, look at the size of this thing. Huge. Huge. If you take a look, that is just a really thick formula. Side note, this is so big that I don't think you'll be able to get through it using it just on your lips before it expires. This has a 12-month expiration date, so a full year, and I've heard people go past the year to use this up. If you want to use it up, I would slather some on your heels of your feet and see how hydrating it will keep your feet, because I've done that where I've put some on the dry parts of my feet and put socks on, and this also worked really well. I feel like this is a really big pot for what you get. I think it's like $20 Canadian, 24, and you get quite a bit of product. So it's a great buy, and you can use it for multiple different things. So you can use it for your lips, or you can use it for your feet, or any part of your body that is super, super cracked. This will definitely work on there. I just prefer my lips and my feet on this because they're probably the most dry for me in the winter. So I do like this. I usually use this at nighttime. Just because it's a little bit more thicker than this is, so I will use this at nighttime, but it's a great one from Sephora. This is a more higher end option. This is a more affordable drugstore option, so I gave you guys both to look at and choose from. Okay, so that's my lips. So moving on, for my skincare, I try to keep my skincare as simple but effective. And even though you may think that this is not simple because there's multiple steps, I feel like it's simple enough for me personally, especially because I get so many issues with my skin, from sun damage in previous years to dryness to acne to discoloration, all kinds of stuff. So there's products here that I like to use that help with certain aspects of it. I'm going to go in the order I would apply a product, and then we will talk about a mask. So first off, I have to say the Tatcha Essence is outstanding. So expensive, can I just tell you? This in full size is $114. I couldn't understand when I first saw this, the price, why it was so expensive. Then I started using it and I'm like, oh my god, now I can see why. It looks liquidy in the jar, but when you actually pour it out, and I'm not going to pour it out because this shit is expensive, it's a little bit more thicker than what water would be. It's not oil, but it's just a little bit thicker than what water would be. And there is anti-aging complexes in here to help soften and make the skin look hydrated and youthful. It also allows to brighten the skin as well. This is probably so far my favorite essence that I've tried to date. The Tatcha Essence is like, I'm considering purchasing this in full size, but I think I'm going to wait until either A, I get a gift card or be the next semi-annual sale. That's when I'm going to the VIB sale. The next VIB sale, that's when I'm going to get this, because this is a great one. I do like it. Essentially, any essence that is a more liquidy would be the first thing that I apply, and it's just an extra step of hydration for my skin, because my skin can get really super dry, and I like to put as much moisture into my skin as possible. So I will pat this on and let it dry down. And sometimes I will, if I feel like I just want to get a little bit extra hydration, I'll even go in with my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I don't use this too often, as you can tell. I've only used it a little bit because it's just so expensive, but it feels so nice on the face, and I don't normally use this on top of makeup. I will use it before I apply makeup. It comes in a beautiful gold bottle. It's glass, and when you spray it, it's just this fine mist that you don't even feel it going onto your face, but it's there. Not a lot of this. You don't need a lot of this because there's oils in here. You don't want your face to get really oily. So I would say 1 or 2 spritzes of this and pat it into your skin and then move on to your next step. But this has also been an extra step of hydration for me. You could either do this first and then your essence if you want. But for me, I do this first and then this. They're both liquid, so ideally they're both similar viscosity. So it's like, it doesn't matter which one would go first. For those of you who don't know, you should be applying your skincare from the most liquidy to the most thickest. So least thickest to most thickest. Make sense? Okay, so with that said, I've done that. Next up, I go in with a serum, and depending on if it's day or night, I'll go in with a glycolic. At night, I'll go in with a glycolic serum or retinol, AHA serum. But in this case, I don't have an AHA serum right now. I don't want to start my new AHA bottle yet. I'm waiting for the new year to start that. So I've been using a vitamin C serum for day and night. And this is the one I've been using from Drunk Elephant, the C4Med Day Serum. This is a 30 ml bottle of 15% of L-ascorbic acid. This is claimed to firm, brighten. Yes, I agree with this. I feel like when I use this, my skin is much brighter and the discoloration is definitely brought down. Let's see what it says here. It claims to be active on the skin for 72 hours upon application. I really don't know if that's really true because I wash my face morning and night. So once it's absorbed to the skin, I'm not really sure if it's really going to do anything after I wash my face 12 hours later. Makes sense? But I will tell you what it says here. It says a revolutionary vitamin C serum packed with a powerful antioxidant complex of L-ascorbic acid and ferulic acid and a chronopeptide that transforms into vitamin D to reveal a brighter, firmer, and more even-looking complexion. The result is a noticeably diminished appearance of UV photo damage and aging, replaced by incredible radiance and luminosity. Now, there's people out there who don't believe in vitamin C serums. Personally, for me, I always found a really nice difference when I use a vitamin C. My skin just feels more even, and they feel more, just more even and glowing. And I find that when I don't use a vitamin C, I do notice the dullness coming back into my skin. So this is what I use next. Packaging is great. It comes in a airtight packaging where the light doesn't come through. I don't know about airtight, but I know light doesn't go through. And the only downfall of this is that I can't see when I run out. So I kind of have to have a backup a couple months in, knowing that I will end up running out eventually. Drunk Elephant is a nice brand. I do enjoy a lot of their products. I find that they are more of a natural side, more of a, what's the word I'm looking for? Less garbage in their ingredients. So they don't have parabens, they don't have fragrances, they don't have that kind of stuff. Now, fragrances, they don't add any additional fragrances, but they do have fruit extracts in here and in their products, and that can maybe cause some sort of fragrance, but it's not an artificial fragrance, basically. Nonetheless, Drunk Elephant has become one of my favorite high-end skincare brands, and I do enjoy them. The C4Med Day Serum has been a success for me, so much so that I bought a backup already of it. So that would be my next step in application. Once that sinks in, I go in with another serum. Now, this is the Drunk Elephant B-Hydra Intensive Hydration Gel. In their old packaging, they call it a gel, but in their new packaging, they call it a serum, because essentially it is. It's got pineapple ceramides, and ceramides are supposed to be amazing for your skin. This is supposed to add just an extra an extra layer of hydration, so quench and illuminate. Yes, this works. I wouldn't use this in replacement of a moisturizer, if that makes sense. I would use this as a layer. A lot of people I find that I have talked to that use a product, use it in the wrong way, so to speak. I don't find that this was meant to be used on its own. I think that when you use this in your layering, it works a lot better because it is a serum product. So you have to put a moisturizer on top of this. If you are using this product alone and you're noticing that there's just something off about it, you're not sure why, I promise you, try to put this on first, and then after it's sunk in, apply a moisturizer on top, and I will tell you, you will notice a significant difference in your hydration of your skin. So that is the BeHydra Intensive Hydration Gel / Serum, depending on what packaging you have, the older the new. Again, packaging is the same idea, light, resistant. Love that. This is a 0.5 fluid ounce version, but I did purchase a full size of this, a big 1.75 fluid ounce one. So that is in my backup stock to use because this is a great layering product and it gives me that extra boost of hydration that I am looking for in this time of year. Okay, so now at this point, that's what I use for my day and nighttime routine. Now at this point, it's going to differ on what I use for my nighttime to my daytime. So I'm going to show you what I use first for my daytime. So at this point, my daytime routine, I will then step it in with my Andalou Naturals Probiotic and C Renewal Cream. Basically, this is a vitamin C cream, so I've added more vitamin C on top of the vitamin C serum that I've used. This is a fresh jar. You only need a little bit of this. It's a little bit more on the thicker side, but not thick that it's like greasy by any means. Smells like oranges, which I prefer. I enjoy that. So if you don't, that's fragrance to you. If it bothers you, then you might not like this. But it's just a nice hydrating moisturizer I put on top. It sinks into the skin beautifully, doesn't leave my skin looking greasy at all. It actually absorbs well, and it leaves a nice glow. That's what I actually have on my face today, is those steps plus this. That's my daytime skincare on my face right now. The Andalou Naturals line is really nice. This is the age-defying line, the Renewal Cream, probiotic and vitamin C, so I really do like this. This is how big of a 1.7 fluid ounce. So I ended up getting this at like $16, which is great because I think originally this is like $25 plus. So I mean, check your TJ Maxx's out because that's where I found mine, and I got it at discount. So I love this, very refreshing, wakes you up in the morning. That is my daytime routine. In my nighttime routine, I will swap this out, and nighttime I've been using my Tasha water cream. This is the travel size version of it. I do have a full size in my back stock. This water cream is like really nice. It's super hydrating. It's thick, but not in a bad way. Does that make sense? I don't know. Does it make sense? It's super thick, but not in a bad way. Smells very spa-like. Scent is not very harsh at all, and it soaks into the skin like instantly. So that I will put on as my moisturizer at nighttime. So this is the moisturizer I use during the day, and this is the one I use at night currently. Now, at nighttime, after I put Tasha on and I kind of let it sink in a little bit, sometimes I like to put in another extra layer of hydration because you guys, I'm not kidding when I say my skin gets really dry in the winter. It's not a joke. So in the winter time, even though I do get breakouts and sometimes I'll mask using detoxifying masks, majority of the masks I use in the winter are, super hydrating masks. And at this point, at night, if I've finished with the Tatcha cream, let it sink in, and I want to give myself just an extra boost of hydration, which I did last night, I went in with the Estee Edit Pink Peony Overnight Water Pack. This is an overnight hydrating mask. If you guys can find this mask, I'm telling you, it is amazing. The Estee Edit line is no longer available. However, any overnight water mask will do. Any overnight hydrating mask will do. Right now, I'm just using the Estee Edit one because I do have it in my collection and I want to use it before it goes bad, but it is fantastic. I will layer this on top of the last step of my Tatcha cream, and my skin will drink this up. The next morning, my skin looks completely supple, very hydrated, no dry patches at all. It is fantastic. So normally, I will use more intense hydrating masks in the winter. And if I really need to use a detoxifying mask, I will always use my GlamGlow Super Mud, but that I don't really use as often as I use the water mask, the overnight mask. If you can't find the Estee Edit water mask, there's some other good ones out on the market. Boscia Tsubaki overnight mask is really good. That one I do have as well. I just don't have it here to show you. It's on my nightstand. There's another one too. I can't remember what it was called. There's tons on the market that you guys can find that do that work very nicely, and you wouldn't have an issue replacing the Estee Edit one with something that's actually available, you know, for sale that actually works. The Tsubaki one, I gotta say, is probably one of my favorites next to the Estee Edit one. I feel like I have another water one that, oh, there was the Sephora water mask as well, which I finished. You can even use that as your overnight mask as well, and that's another good one, more affordable, on the more affordable side. But yeah, so there is my winter skincare routine. I gave you my body, my day and night routine all in one. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know down below if you have any questions, or, you know, if you've tried any of these products. I honestly feel like this regime has worked for me. Disclaimer, you don't need to buy all these products. You don't need all these products. This is just something that I feel works for me, and I take enjoyment in doing all these steps for my skin. It is one's personal preference on how much they want to invest in their skin. So, I mean, at your own prerogative, you get what you want, or, you know, there's always replacement products that you can use in place of the Drunk Elephant Seafoam Day Serum. There is a cheaper version of this somewhere out there in the drugstore, and there's also a cheaper version of the BB Hydration Gel, as well with, there's always a replacement for the Tatcha Water Cream. If you don't have the money to spend on the Tatcha Water Cream, I suggest that in replace of that, use the Neutrogena, what is it called? The Hydro Boost. Neutrogena Hydro Boost comes in a jar. I've had that, and that is also a fantastic drugstore find. Yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and share the video, and make sure you're subscribed. And I can't wait. I have a giveaway coming up for you guys, so stay tuned. Bye, everyone. Mwah.